The snow chains are kept in the back right here. You just lift this tab up, and then there's 4 chains. You're going to want to install all 4 of them on all 4 tires because it's a 4-wheel drive car. And then here's bungees right here in this bag. First thing you're going to do is get all the 4 chains, lay them out on the ground, and you're going to have to untangle them and make sure they're completely straight. So what can happen is you got to make sure that all these look the same. You can get these twists in it like this. So what you got to do is where it's twisted is you take this part and you're going to have to pull the end all the way through and flip it over like that. And then keep checking it until you get all of them so they're straight. Now you can see the whole thing is straight. And then what you're going to do is put it on the tire next. You're going to want to do all 4 of them at once. And you need to make sure that this part is touching the tire, not this part here. If these things are on the tire, it can cause damage to the sidewall. So you don't want to do that. Any damage caused to the car, any damage to the chains, you're going to be charged for. So make sure that these are facing outwards. So then you're just going to pick the chains up and drape them over the top of the tire with the ends on the bottom here. And see how this part, like I was saying, is facing out, not touching the tire. Next thing you want to do is just drive forward a couple feet so you get these ends up higher, and then you drive onto the chain so you can tighten it more. That's why it's going to be easiest and quickest if you get all 4 chains on top of the tires and then roll forward, and then you can do them all at once. And one thing when you're driving, make sure that these are off to the sides of the tire. When you're taking them off and putting it on, you don't want to run over the ends and bend them. You could end up breaking the chains. The thing you're going to do is connect these. You have to do the one on the inside first. The way these work, you're going to take the end of it, you're going to put it through here, but you're going to turn this up. And as you can see, the part right there is big enough for the end to go through, and then it'll get stuck right there. It seems like the second one on the inside is good. You don't want it too tight. You won't be able to get the one on the outside. And you don't want it so this is like super close to the rim all the way around or too tight, or all the way around if it's down here. But it seems like the second one, the second notch is good for the one on the inside. So let me just show you how it works with the one on the outside here. You're going to take the end and you're going to put it through the back of it there, and then when it turns, it'll locks. So the one on the outside, you really want to pull this as tight as you can and get it as far back on the notch as you can, because you need the chains to sit on the tire as tight as they will. And you can go around and kind of pull them forward. Get as much slack as you can so you can tighten this as much as you possibly can. You're going to want to go around and get all 4 of them as tight as possible. Then I would say drive like a few feet, just like 20 feet or something. Retighten them again. Yeah, so just from driving forward like a couple feet, I was able to get one more notch tighter on this. And then for the excess cable here, you have these clips. You can clip it into place. The next thing you're going to want to do is take the bungees. There's 2 of them for each tire. You want to make sure that the hook is facing outwards like that. And you're just going to stretch them across the cables like that to keep it tight. And then you're going to want to recheck the tightness again after at a 1/4 mile. So I'd say drive about a 1/4 mile, recheck that they're tight again, see if you can get any more notches tighter on the cables. And then that's pretty much it. You're going to take off the bungees first. And I would recommend the one on the outside of the tire, taking it and loosening it all the way up to the last notch, but don't let it fall off. You're going to want to release the one on the inside first. That way the chains will fall outwards and not fall in and get stuck on the axles and the suspension components over there on the inside side of the tire. As you can see, it'll just fall outwards like that. And then you can go ahead and take this one off. And then you're going to do all 4 of them, and you're just going to drive off the chains. It's a good idea move the chains off to the side like this, so you're not running over these things and bending them. If you do that, you might ruin the chains, and then you're gonna have to pay to replace them. So that's pretty much it, and make sure you drive slow with the chains. You really shouldn't be going over 30 miles per hour when you're using snow chains.